Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's Ryan here with another live stream representing East Coast Athletics. I know it's going to be a nerve-wracking morning for a lot of people, but despite that, we're here. We're here to see greatness. Right now, we have the semifinal of the 400-meter hurdles on the track. Yes, we got the semifinal 800-meter on the track. Unfortunately, Natalia Gould wasn't able to make it through to the finals. I think she gave it her best effort, but it just didn't work out. Nonetheless, she's been representing Jamaica for quite some time now, so gotta cheer her on regardless. We don't only just cheer on the people who medal or win. We pretty much cheer on everyone that represent pretty much all the athletes, because they're definitely putting in a lot of work to get to where they're at. So definitely want to cheer them on, because we all love the sport, and I don't only pay attention to the sprint races. I also watch the 800 and the distance races, because I used to run the 8 at one point in time. So I do like watching the 8. I actually enjoy watching all the events. So I just prefer the sprints. That's all. But yeah, it's gonna be a really eventful morning. We got the men 400-meter hurdles finals coming up right after the 800-meter women, and the field is stacked. Give me 1 second. Let me check something real quick. We're gonna switch something up a little bit. All right, there we go. So let me give you guys the lane draw, or the start list, I should say, for the men 400-meter hurdle finals. So Dean from the US is in lane 2. Amal from Germany is in lane 3. Warholm is in 4. Samba, this this is a stack field. Samba is in 5. Nathaniel is in 6. Roy Benjamin is in 7. Abakar is in 8, and Santos is in 9. So that's the lineup pretty much for this final. And I really think that it's gonna be a good run. But my question is, who will win, and will we see a world record? I just posted the link to the chat. So if anybody wanna try to jump in and join me, share their views and opinions, they're welcome to do so. But who do you think is going to win this 400-meter hurdles? Um, Warholm is going in with the fastest time so far, his season best. He's not one of those athletes to not deliver once he's in shape. If he's in shape, he's gonna deliver. So I would say, eyes on him. You know, Roy Benjamin was only able to beat him, I think, once that I can recall. Outside of that, he's beat he has beaten Benjamin several times. Like, he has beat him several times over the years. And you know, I think Roy Benjamin knows that he cannot underestimate anybody in the field, because I think Santos won as well. So they're all fierce competitors, and it's hard to count anyone out. Everybody in the field is running, really good times. Samba is a 47-0 hurdler, and at any point he could dip below that 47 0 mark. Like, he could go 46 for this meet. You'll never know. Santos is a 46 20 29 guy. That's his PR, right? So he he has a faster, let me see. No, not faster, but close enough to Roy Benjamin. Roy Benjamin PR is 46-17, and Santos is 46-29. So, those are good, I would say splendid times for the hurdles. But those three guys are in the top three in the world. Definitely below the previous world record before it was broken by Warholm. So it's, we're gonna have to watch this race and see how it plays out. I'm looking at the times over here because I know a lot of people might be wondering why I'm looking up, but I have a screen here that I'm looking at. I don't know, it's hard to predict the time that they're gonna run, but if they're all in in tip-top shape, there's a great possibility that there will be a record. I wouldn't be surprised if they ran a world record, if this was a world record race, because based on their season best, I would say Warholm is in world record shape, because he ran 46-28, so it's not far off. Roy Benjamin season best is 46-54. Santos is 46-65. So they're all within that 46 ballpark. And I think at any point they could definitely dip down, lower. So, it's definitely possible. And what time is it? Yeah, it's about that time. I think the race is about to, we got like 3 more minutes, and then the race is gonna go off. So uh it's definitely one that we need to watch. I think they're on the track right now, because they just finished the last semifinal heat of the women 800 meters. So they're setting up for the 400-meter finals. They're putting out the hurdles, um putting out the starting blocks on the track. So it's gonna be a good one to watch. Really good one to watch. I would not miss this one. Would not miss this one. Definitely wouldn't miss this one. And of course, I was able to watch Ingabrit earlier in the 5,000. So yeah, it's a pretty eventful day. I know a lot of people won't be super excited until we get to the 200, but let's not jump the gun. Let's just be patient and wait, because you know but what are you guys predictions for the men and women 400-meter hurdles? What do you guys think? Who's going to win? Who's going to take second? If we're going to go based off time, we're going to go, if I'm going to go based off time, I'm going to go with Warholm, then Benjamin, then Santos in third. But we know that anything is possible in these finals. Athletes will come out there and run the race of their life and run a big PR and win. So, anything is possible, and we're about to see. I think this race is going to be a good one to watch, a historical one. So, I think very rare you'll find all the guys in this shape that they're in, So, I would definitely pay attention to this race. You say Roy Benjamin for goal? I mean, he has only beaten Warholm once, so I can say, because it's not like I'm. As I said, I always go based off the facts, and the times are not indicating that he's gonna beat him. Even though not all the time they do, uh, he might be able to pull it off. If he is able to pull it off, this would be one of the first that he beat him when he's in full fitness. So if he beat him now, that's going to be a big, big, big confidence booster for Roy. I think if he beat him in this final, it's much easier for him to beat him in the future, because he know that he's able to beat him at his best. So that's I don't know. If I'm going based off time, I'm definitely gonna go with Warholm first, Benjamin second, Santos third. But as I said, it's all up in the air as to you know it's just up to who deliver on this day in this moment. That's really what it boils down to. I think they're all great athletes, and you know it's just who delivers, because if Warholm is not just a competitor, he's a warrior. So he's gonna go out there and he's gonna try to execute his best race. He's not gonna be shaken or anything by what Benjamin is doing in lane 7 ahead of him. Neither will he be. I don't think he'll be impacted by what Santos is doing. He's just gonna be doing what he's gonna be doing, and he's gonna focus on that. And the reason why I said that is because he has shown everybody that he's able to do that over the years. Like, he don't really care about what none of the other athletes do. He just focus on himself and just run. You Mm. Don't do me that. Don't tell me that it's lagging on my end. Hold on. Ah, yeah. Oh, hold up. I'm gonna give you the results in a second. Benjamin, coming to the straight. Benjamin. Okay. Santos is coming back. Okay. Okay. Benjamin Santos Samba. Okay. So he hit, based on what I'm seeing, Benjamin was superb. Like he was great. Great. Um Warholm hit one of the hurdles on the back straightaway, right? And then I don't think he recovered from that hurdle that he hit. He ended up fourth. So see, the same thing I was saying. Like it's all depends on, it all depends on who delivers on the day. And as I said, this is gonna be a big confidence booster for him because he beat him at his best technically. So there's no holding him back at this point. I think it's gonna be really hard for him to beat him going forward. Like it's gonna be hard for anybody to beat him going forward unless he's hurt. If he's not hurt, they're not gonna be able to beat him like that. So Warholm is off by a lot. And why I say he's off by a lot, his steps are just horrible. He's adjusting. He don't normally adjust his steps. Yeah, his steps are really off. Really off. So finally, Roy beat him and beat him good. Santos came back like a train. Yep, that's a really good run by Samba. Okay, I pretty much pushed my feed all the way forward. Think I was a couple seconds back, so that's why I didn't catch that one live. But I don't know if you guys, the females are setting up on the track. I don't think they ran it yet. Because if they did run it, the results would have been posted, but it's not. So let's see. And if you guys, if Lambert, if your feed is ahead of mine, um, let me know so I could try to adjust mine because it seemed as if for some weird reason it's mine was a couple seconds, like maybe like 30 seconds to a minute back, which was weird because all I did was just start it. That's really odd for it to be that off. Come on, y'all switch to the hurdles. Okay. All right, so for the female, the lineup is Emma in two, Naomi in three, Solomon of Jamaica is in four, Femcobal is in five, Anna from the US is in six, Jasmine from the US is in seven, um, Jania from Panama is in eight, and Mohammed. Oh, Mohammed has made a really, really big comeback. Okay, so now thanks for that, Lambert. Now I'm gonna say uh I'm back like that, like live. It was like I think it was like in like a minute, to be honest with you. I don't know how or why that happened because all I did was just started the video. I guess they had it set up that way, but I brought it all the way forward. I can't go forward anymore. But I think they're about to start. But Muhammad has made a really, really, really good comeback. And if she's in you know, if she's in that type of shape, it's gonna be a good race. It's gonna be a really good race. I remember when McLaughlin and Muhammad. I mean, the good thing. See, with hurdles, it's not a bad thing to be in the outer lane because you're able to hurdle a lot smoother. When the turns are tighter, it's harder for the athletes to hurdle effectively, right? Because you gotta compensate for that turn with your landing and all that stuff come into play. So being on the outside is not so bad. It's just you don't want to be like on the extreme outside. You don't want to be, yeah, nine is not ideal, but it's okay. I think she could run a pretty good race from there. Granted, she could run her own race and not worry about what everybody else is doing behind her. We're missing one our Jamaican. Typically, we would have another Jamaican in this race. I think she probably hurt, but let's see what Salmon does. Zeptilova. Okay, here we go. Which she does have a lot of experience, Muhammad. So let's see, if she can utilize it. Fem Cabal is in good shape, so it's gonna be hard to beat her. Okay, Muhammad is off. Muhammad is moving. Yeah, Fem Cabal is she got it. She got it. Fem Cabal is moving. Yeah, Fem Cabal is out. Yeah, Fem Cabal is out of there. Out of there. 49, 50, 51, 5. Ah, that's a big PR for no, it's not a PR. Our PR is 50, 50, 90, 95. So that's a season best for her. So Jones got second. I out of lane two. Out of lane two. That's a good run out of lane two. That's a really good run. I mean, she made the finals, so there's not really much to complain about, to be honest. Like, she has had a lot of success over the years. Yeah, she has had a lot of success over the years. So, it's yeah, I would say a lot of people wanted to be on the podium this time around, but unfortunately it didn't happen. You know, it's a part of the sport. It never always don't always go the way you want it to go, but you know, it's what it is. The times ain't fast, but I think the results are kind of what some of us expected. Hard way to end the season. Yeah, it is. Yep. Yeah. That bronze was not was not expected. All right, so the big one is coming up. The big one is coming up. The big one, the one everyone want to see. Everybody want to see it. I watched a few interviews yesterday um, with your boy, now Lyles. Yeah, I watched it. Lambert, I watched your guy Noah Lyles yesterday in his interview. He said that he ran all out, but he was trying to send a statement. Not sure. Well, he did say he wasn't trying to send a statement to Levell. It was more of sending a statement to the world or to everyone. All right. And the reporter asked him if he thinks it's gonna take a toll on him for today. He said no, he'll just kick it up a gear today. He might be screaming later when he's getting his massage, but he'll be fine. He'll just kick it up another gear. So, hey, expect a great race. You know, he'll probably run, 18 seconds. I don't know. We gonna see. He said he's gonna kick it up a gear. I'm not sure exactly what kick it up a gear means. He said he's gonna kick it up a gear. I mean, listen. I'm telling you, this one is gonna be hot. Let me make sure I'm not lagging behind not even a second. All right, so I would have to probably pull another screen in here so I could watch this one because I ain't missing it. But yeah, said he gonna kick it up a gear. I didn't hear anything from Levell. He just nonchalant, just I haven't heard anything from Kenny either. So that's also just everybody just keeping to themselves. The only person, well, you guys always say, it's good for the sport, if you have one or two people doing a lot of talking, but yeah. We actually have another 200 before that. I don't think a lot of people understand or is interested in this one, but I mean, they're gonna be running it before the men 200 meter finals, the heptathlon 200 meter. I think it's women heptathlon 200. There's 3 heats of that. Yep, the big man on the screen. Hey, it's this one is gonna be fun. um Tobogo is seemed to be having the time of his life. He's in the warm-up area singing and everything. Like he looks ready. He looks hyped. He's in his zone. He's definitely in his zone. Yep. He's in his zone. He's just singing and dancing. Probably he's saying, y'all gonna see what's gonna happen out there today. It's gonna be fireworks. I mean, we don't understand what he's saying, but he's definitely in his zone. And I think we all can agree on that. He's in his zone. He's gonna be ready. He's gonna be ready. Levell is just nonchalant as usual. Like, okay, I'm gonna just do my routine. My routine is my routine, and ain't nothing gonna change my routine. You know what I mean? Levell is just being Levell. I think that's just his personality. You're not gonna really get much more out of him. I would be if he celebrates similar to any of the other athletes, I'm gonna be shocked, to be honest. Like I don't see him winning and having a big, beating my chest type celebration. I don't see that coming from him at all. I don't. Um yeah, I don't see that. I do not see that happening. He don't seem like that type of athlete, but you never know. You never know. You just might see it. You just might see it. But they gave us a raise to kind of take our nerves down a little bit. Either it's taking it down a little bit or it's shooting it higher, because now we have to wait for these three hurdle races, not hurdle races, these three heptathlon races before we see the men finals. So they're like, okay, I'm gonna give them this, to get them, you know. Yeah, he's young. He just got out of high school pretty much. Like he's not, got out of high school a couple years ago. Uh, mm, yep, they gave us this one and was like, okay, yeah, I could have that one for right now. Calm your nerves down and just wait. It's gonna happen when it's happened. That's what they're saying. Probably I should have did the hep when I was doing track. But then again, the throws would have probably gave me the blues. All the other stuff would have been okay, but the throws, I don't think I could deal with the shot put. But they get to do all the events, which I think is awesome. They get to run the two. Well, the guys events are a little different. I think for the I think the guys run a 400, 400, a 100, and a 1500. I think they also run the hurdles. They also run the hurdles, and they 100, 400, 1500 hurdles, long jump, high jump, javelin, shot put, discus, and pole vault. 10. Yep. While the females run the 200, 800, 200, 800, they do the long jump, they do the high jump, they do the discus and the shot, long jump, high jump, long jump, high jump, 200, 400, discus, shot. They also do the 100 hurdles and one more event. I don't think it's probably the javelin. I don't think it's the pole vault. I don't think they do the pole vault. Oh, I ran the 400, and I ran a couple different events. First time going to your page, I see a lot of MEAC meets. What school did you run at? Um, so backstory, if you will. I used to I used to go to Camperdown in Jamaica. Uh, then I went to GC Foster. Then I transferred here, where I ran the 2 and the 4. But when I was in college, my times were uh, average. Um, when I finished, my times dropped a little bit. Um, I was able to run good times in the decent times in the 4 and the 8. I never really liked the 8. I Everybody kept telling me I should run the 8, but I never liked it, so I didn't put that much effort into it. But I like the 4. I used to run the 4. I'll just do the 2 for speed, pretty much speed work. But I really focused on the 4. Um, I mean, if you dig a little bit more, you'll run into my PRs in each of them. Um, but yeah, that's pretty much it. Ran quite a few times at the pen relays, winning teams, all of that. But yeah, enough for me. That's not what we're here about. I did. I ran the 4 hurdles at one point. Didn't like it either. I just felt like it was a lot to train for, because you have to do hurdle work, and you also have to do, like, training for the flat 4 as well. So it's like you're training for more than one event at the same time, so it takes a lot out of you. It's a lot of focus. you know you got to be in the gym, you got to be strong, your endurance got to be high, your technique got to be flawless, or as close to flawless as possible. It takes a lot of dedication. So the athletes that you see running the hurdles and doing well, like, they put a lot of time, a lot of work in. And I know that personally. Like, I know it requires a lot, even just training for the 4 and the 2. And that's one of the reasons, like, when I see a lot of spectators they be saying all these negative things about the athletes. It's mind-boggling, because they have no clue what it really takes to run a race. Like, half of them never run a race in their life. They have just been a spectator standing on the sideline, criticizing what a hard-working athlete is doing. And I think it's unfair, but at the end of the day, it's a sport, and everyone is entitled to their opinion. So I get it. They're just sharing their opinion, but they really don't understand what these athletes go through on a daily basis, the diet that is required, in order for them to stay at their best, the recovery, the ice bath every other day or every day after a hard practice, especially when you getting into that race shape. When you're like June going into July, you everything that you're doing, is way quicker than before. So you definitely have to, be making the maximum effort to recover. You have to make sure you're eating properly. Um, so your muscles are properly fueled. You have to be sleeping. You can't be up playing video games or doing all this extra stuff. And a lot of these athletes, you know before they actually get any form of contract or sponsorship or anything like that, they are working a day job. So it's like, you're working a day job, right? You have to train, you have to feed yourself, you have to make sure you recover. Like it's a lot going into being a professional athlete. That's why, you'll find a lot of good athletes, if they're not at the level where they could get any form of sponsorship or contract, you know they'll just pack it up, because it takes a lot to really do the sport. Yeah, 400 hurdles is a really, really, it's a fun event. You know, I think the training was just a lot, to be honest with you. Like, I enjoy racing, you know, but the training was just, listen, the training is different. And I know you know that. Yes, sir, Mr. Bailey. Appreciate you joining. Yeah, it's I think a lot of these people, they don't understand what these athletes go through. Like, it's like you have to discipline yourself to, you know not party, not drink alcohol, like all that stuff. You gotta just push that stuff to the side. It's kind of like, that's not, you can't live that type of life. You have to, just be focused. You go to practice every day, eat properly, go to sleep at a certain time, wake up at a certain time, have breakfast. Like, you have to, it's like a whole schedule. You have to set your life around track and feel. Like, there's no, in my opinion, if you're a dedicated athlete, yes, you have your days where, you probably could go watch a movie or go to a function or whatever, but you can't allow that to affect your training, in any way, or affect your preparation, because then that's gonna set you back. Because you could do, for example, you could do all this work to, for example, say you're trying to run, I don't know, 20 point, not 20 point, like 19, say 19.5. You do all the work, you're there, your body's in good shape, but your friends are having this party, I don't know, probably the night before you race. You can't go to that party. You got to stay home, go to sleep, because you got race the next day, right? So, that element of enjoyment goes out the door. Your focus is really track and field at this point in time. That's just how it is. And that's why I say, like, a lot of people don't understand. They just sit on the sidelines and they just talk. They just talk because, they're a fan of the sport. Cool, but, you know, if you're really a fan of the sport, you need to really pay attention to all the little details surrounding the sport, that it'll give you a better understanding of how things work or function as a whole. So that's just what I think. um Again, everybody's entitled to their opinion, you know but that's just it. And again, you'll have people who have ran track before, so they have some understanding of the sport, and you'll have others that has never ran in their life. So, it's just a mixture. You you know, just gotta deal with it. But let me give you. Uh, so the lineup for the 200-meter men is Damble of South Africa is in lane two. Makaru of I think that Zambia is in lane 3. Alexander Ogando of Dominica is in 4. Tobago is in 5. Lyles is in 6. Levell is in 7. Great lane placement, I think. Um, um, Benerick 8. Zarnell Hughes is in 9. I think it's gonna be a real exciting one. Real exciting race. Real exciting one. Hmm. But what you guys think? What's your prediction? What's your prediction for this final? This men final and the woman actually. What's the prediction? What's the time? Noah will have to have his best start ever to get to be. Hold up. Noah will have to have his best start ever to be in it, coming out of the turn. I think what's going to happen, he's going to try his hardest to run the hardest turn that he possibly can, because I think he's worried that his turn is the weak part of his race. Um, and I think that's probably a part of the reason why he ran as hard as he did yesterday, to try to get the cobwebs, off of his legs, which there should be none because he ran the 100 meter. So, his legs should be loose. It's not like he should be flat or anything. So, but that could be a reason to kind of get his body in the rhythm to run the turn, properly. So that could be the reason. Lambert, you say it's really anybody's race? I mean, well, I guess if he's going off a coach's order, then can't blame him. But I don't know if that was a good strategy. I think he should have reserved some, but let's see. You say Levell 1904. I say 1938, 1939 for Levell. I think Tobago is going to get second. That's what I think. That's my prediction. But what Lambert is saying, it's anybody race. It's, hey, if I'm being realistic, we could watch the semifinal, the semifinal, the heats. We could do all of that, and then we could make our predictions based on those performances. But at the end of the day, it's really, if I'm being realistic, it's really who shows up on the day and deliver. So whichever one of these athletes decide in the next couple minutes that, okay, I'm gonna run the race of my life and I'm gonna win, that's the athlete that's gonna come out on top. Like, that's really what it is. Like, there's no other way to describe it. It's who wanted more and who's willing to do what's necessary to get that win. That's who's gonna win. Because the most talented person out there, may not win. We might want them to win, but they may not, because they may not deliver that race on the day, which is today. So it's all about them delivering, executing that race that we know they're capable of executing in order to get in the position that we expect them to be in. So, let's see what happened. Let's really see what happened. Yep, I'm getting a little nervous because they stretching it out. We got 7 minutes to go, pretty much. All right, so they're walking to the track or they're on the track, so we're gonna see. We're gonna see how it plays out. Levell, you have to deliver tonight. And you know what's funny? I'm just hoping if he don't deliver the way everybody expect him to deliver, I hope nobody bashes him. Well, how silly of me. They're gonna bash him if he don't deliver, regardless. Yeah, they will, they will bash him if he don't deliver. But yep. But this the man right here. This the man. This the man. This is the man that you guys think is gonna win. But let's see. 5 minutes to go. It's counting down, counting down, counting down. Counting down, counting down. Counting down. Yeah, this is gonna be a real hot one. Real hot one. Pick my phone up to check something and I totally forgot. Okay, they walk into the track. They walk into the track. Woo! Yep. They walk into the track. And of course, it's gonna be fun. Gonna be a good one. Lambert, are you ready? Bailey, are you ready? If you ain't ready, you better get ready. Because whether you're ready or not, it's going to happen. I hope he does. you ain't ready, get ready. Gonna be a hot one. Gonna be one for the books. Gonna be one to remember. We've had quite a few races with Jamaicans having the ability, having the ability to be on top. Didn't make it happen. And then we had a run where Bolt and Blake just demolished everyone, as well as Ware. So I think it's coming back around to us. I think it's getting back to a point where we're dominating again. And the thing about it, the talent has always been there. Always been there. The talent has always been there. It's just a matter of, honing it and getting these athletes ready. They're on track. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Zonell Hughes. Panaric. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Yep. There we go. He's hype as usual. Uganda. All right, let me take a sip real quick. One sip. My hands are shaking. I think Lambert, I have the same belief. I think he got out of that because he was like, I'm saving it for this 200. Listen, I thought the same thing. He's like, let me save it for the 2. I may not win this one. I'm going to save it for the 2. Yep. Let's go. Let's go. On your marks. Let's go, Levell. Let's go. Let's go. You have nothing to lose and everything to gain. Let's go. Let's go. You got this. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Levell is out. 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 He's holding it. He's holding it. He's holding it. He's holding it. All right. Good run. Good run. Good run. That's a good run. That's a really good run. Real good run. That's a good run. So let's clear this. Let's clear this. Let's clear this. For the individuals who said that Noah was gonna win, he did. You can't take that away from him, right? Can't take that away from him. He won, right? Levell ran a good race, right? So my predictions were wrong. I had it all jumbled. But congrats to Levell. He made the podium, which is good. He ran faster than, yeah, that's a PR for him. So that's good. If he did run the 19.3 that I expected, then he would have definitely won, because 19.5, because he ran slower than he ran yesterday. He ran 19.51, right? Levell did run a great turn, came off in the lead. He just couldn't hold it. Okay, good race. Good race. Good race. I cannot say anything about that. That was a solid run. They were close together. He held his composure and he kept it going. So he delivered. He delivered. Good job, Noah. Good job. Good job. That's a good run. Really good run. Reaction time. Leville time reaction time was good. Well, the reaction times weren't bad at all. Yeah, that was a good run. Okay. Yeah, you got I said that yesterday. I said if my predictions were he was gonna get fourth place, he wasn't gonna medal. I said that. I ain't taking it back. However, he came out and he won. He ran 1,000 of a second slower than he ran yesterday in the semifinal, and that was able to give him the goal. That's perfectly fine. He won. A win is a win. You can't take that away from him. So yes, gotta give him his respect, right? Um, I think there is a issue with Kenny because over the years, Kenny has shown that he's able to beat Noah, but when the day comes, it's like he falter. I don't know why. Again, a lot of people are gonna say all these stuff about good morning. There's no reason to be upset. There's no reason to be upset. I think he came out and he executed the best race on the day. Like, and despite our predictions, like I think we have to be factual. You know, this is Levell first. I think this is his first world championship. So for his first world championship and to come out and get a bronze, I mean that's good. I agree with you, Lambert. I think there's something going on as it relates to him and Noah where it's like he find it real hard to beat him. Like Come on, man. Like you've been running way better than him all season. Like dig deep. You can't let him walk you down after you get off the turn before him and all that. Like, come on, you gotta dig deep. Gotta dig deep. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's something that they're gonna have to figure out. But Hill, why did you say you're upset, Hill? If it is in relation to the bronze medal that Levell got, like, is that what you're upset about? Because if that's the case, I don't think that's a reason to be upset. I'm happy for him because first major championship in the 200, and he got a bronze. That's good. That's really good. Not a lot of athletes, do that, and he do it with a personal best at that. You can't complain about that. Cannot complain about that. I think that's a really good run. Cannot complain about that at all. It says, morning, Bridget. Do you think Lavelle was nervous or something? He did great in the heats and semifinal. Not sure what happened. All right, so if you go back and watch the race, break it down, I don't think he was nervous. He got off the turn before everyone. Like he got off the turn first, right? He executed the best race he could put together on the day. I don't think nerves was a problem. If nerves was a problem, I think he would have slept in the blocks, or his reaction would have been horrible or something like that. Like that was not the case. Like he pulled away from Noah coming off that turn. Like he created separation. He caught the athlete in front of him, right? Which was Kenny. So it's like it's his first major championship in the finals. Like I think he did a great job. I don't think there's anything to be mad or sad about. I don't think there's anything to be mad or sad about. I think he did a good job, right? We wanted him to get a medal. He did. So I mean, that's how the sport is. Next time, because this is the thing. In one season, you drop all the way to 1964. He's just 21 years old. It's only up from here. Like when I say up, meaning like his times are just gonna drop. Like he's gonna get better. So there's nothing to be sad about. Nothing to be, upset about. Like he's gonna get better and he's gonna get there. I guarantee that as long as he stays injury free and keeps on improving, he's gonna run a lot faster. It says, don't think he was nervous because he executed and ran his fastest race. Yeah, that's a PR. He was not nervous. He came out and delivered. It just wasn't. Yeah, it just wasn't his day. That's all it is. It just wasn't his day. Wasn't his day. Do you think they should still add him to the 4x1 after today? Hell yeah, I still think they should put him in the 4x1. You see that turn that he just ran? Do you see that turn that he just ran? That turn was fire. Look at it this way, and let me try to break it down a little bit. He just beat Noah Lyles off the turn. Noah Lyles is the bronze medalist in the 100, right? So if you can beat the bronze medalist off the turn, right, and then you have the gold medalist in the 100, you passing the baton to the gold medalist, right? Well, you're passing the baton to the silver medalist, I should say, not the gold medalist. You're receiving from the gold medalist, right? You're passing to the silver medalist. Like it's straight upside from there. Like there's no going backwards because I would put him third. I would put Levell third because that's his spot. He's used to running that 200-meter turn, right? So you put Blake out the blocks. You put Seville back straight away and put Levell on that top turn. Like they can't beat Jamaica. I don't see it happening. They don't have the goods. Jamaica does. Jamaica have the goods to win that 4x1 for sure. I don't see no other team beating them or even coming close. They just need to get the baton around the track smoothly. I don't see them losing. And I'm not saying that lightly. I do not see them losing. I see them winning very easily. All they got to do is just get the baton around the track. They have 4 solid athletes. Easily. Right? Blake has the best best start to me out of all of them. He gets out the block very well. Put him on the blocks. Seville second, Levell third. Let Levell do what he do best on that third leg, on that top turn. And then right after that, Kishane will take care of business. All right, so we got the females on the track now. This is gonna be one to watch. You guys gotta really, I would love for Sharika to win, but it's not gonna be easy. She could probably pull it off because she has the experience. Definitely got the experience, but it's not gonna be easy because Jefferson is hungry. She wants to double. Right, she's right behind Sharika. Sharika is a good finisher. I think Jefferson is strong as well. So we're just gonna have to see how this one plays out. I don't even want to make a prediction for this one. Yeah, the women's race, Nikki, the women's race is about to run now. Melissa is hungry, so let's see. Yes, she is. Lambert, you say you got US 1-2 as well. I don't know. Sharika could spoil that party. If anybody else could spoil that party, Sharika can. But as I said, in my opinion, she haven't looked like the Sharika that we know. The 21-5 or 21-4 Sharika. We haven't seen that. But let's see if she can deliver anything close to that. Because if she could deliver 21-4, I don't see them beating her. But again, the field is stacked. Asher Smith is gonna blast that turn. You say US for the win? I'm not gonna say they don't have the potential, but let's see what Sharika does. And Jefferson is focused. Sharika locked in too. They all locked in. All right, let's go, Sharika. You got the goods. It's a time to deliver. Yeah, if she come off the turn in front, they're gonna be in trouble because she's not one to get walked down. Come on, Sharika. She lane one, lane two fall started. All right, get yourself together again. Why even run? I mean, you made the finals. I'm gonna explain that afterwards. All right, get yourself together, Jackson. Come on, Sharika. Okay, Jefferson got it. Yep. Great Britain second, and Jackson third. Told you Jefferson was hungry. Bronze is okay. I told you she haven't looked she haven't looked like herself since she was injured. So it was a stretch to really say like I'm gonna say a lot of people want her to win, but it's a stretch because she hasn't looked like herself. She hasn't ran. Typically, Sharika would run like 21-7, 21-6 or something earlier in the season, which would indicate like she's in that shape, right? So, we didn't see that this season. We saw some 2022s, and then right at like 80 meters to go was when it's like you could tell that, yeah, like when she got off the turn and got to like 70 meters, that is when you could see the shift in her strength. Like you could see where she slowed down. Look at Jefferson. If you look at just Jefferson's face, you could see the sheer determination. Like you could see it. Good race. Good race. Very good race. I wouldn't say a bold type of lead, but she the sheer you could see the sheer determination on her face. Like it was she was going for it. She's like, okay, I'm not losing. It's all about creating history. She wanted that double. Say, I'm just waiting for the 4x1. 4x1 gonna be good. Melissa had let me see, it says Sharika looked like she eased up. She didn't ease up, Valentine. You could see the difference with her finish. At that point where you say she eased up, that's where she would put her foot on the gas. That's where she would step on it and she going down the track. But her speed endurance is just not where it was at this point in time. Will it get back there? Yes, but it's just not there right now. So, you know, just gotta be patient with her, and see what happens. She's still young, so you know she could come back next year and do better. Hold up, World Championship this year. I think next year is an off year. Um, yes, the final did run. Um, Jefferson got the goal. Um, Hunt took second, and Sharika Jackson got the bronze medal. Yeah, Jefferson was focused, she was set on goal. Like she wasn't taking anything less. That's just what she was going for. And that's what she got. So she put the work in, got the results. Better race on the day. Sharika ran a pretty good race too, and so did Hunt. And they were rewarded with silver and bronze. So that's just what it is at this point in time. Let me see. Day Okay, so tomorrow they have the heats of the 4x4 men. Um, Trying to see what we gonna have tomorrow, and then trying to think here. Woman 800 finals and 5,000 finals. Discus 4x4 finals. So the 4x1. Okay. So tomorrow they're gonna have the 4x1 heats, right? They're gonna have the 4x1 heats tomorrow. At say second place was 0.5 seconds behind Demolish the Field. Again, it was a solid run, so I can't. There's nothing I could say about that. It was a solid run. So Noah ran very well. Great run from him. I think he is much happier about this win compared to last year when he lost the 201 to 100. His focus was winning the 200 this year. I don't think he cared much about the 100. You know, unfortunately, Miss Jackson mental state was in another place. I don't really understand that comment, but okay. They all did well. I'm trying to look at the start list for the men 4x4 heats. It's only two heats though. The men 4x4. Um, first three of each, and then plus the fastest loser. So that's Jamaica's in heat two, lane two. The U.S. is in heat one, lane four. Mm-mm-mm. Okay, 4x4 female Jamaica is in heat one, lane two. Why is Jamaica always in heat? I mean lane two. Like I don't understand. They don't have the fat. Oh, I mean, and the U.S. is in lane four. Don't even make sense. But okay, 4x1 men heats, which is also tomorrow. Jamaica is in lane three, heat one. US is also in the same heat as Jamaica in the 4x1 heat. So it's gonna be a good first round for the 4x1 men. 4x1 woman heat one, lane seven. Jamaica is in heat one, lane seven. Let me see what Trudian say. I'm sad about Levell, but happy he's at least on the podium. There's nothing to be sad about. It's his first major championship, and he medaled. There's nothing to be sad about. Plus, we got a PR, so that's good accomplishment. The lineup for what, Trudy? Yeah, the 4x1. I know. I looked at it. Germany is in there. France is in there. This heat feels stocked because you have three good ones. So Jamaica, Canada, U.S. France is in there too. So France is not a slow team. So let's see what happens. Um, women, they're in lane seven, heat one. They said because Noah stood on business. He did stand on business. Like There's you can't say anything about that. He did deliver. Let me check to see if they put. Nah, they didn't. They didn't. You're not gonna see that until tomorrow. Probably tomorrow before the race. You'll be able to, because I can't click on anything here. I'm trying, but it's not showing me anything, and that's they're not gonna show that until tomorrow, because as I said, it's subject to change based on you know who warmed up and who's actually gonna run. Yeah, so I don't think we're gonna actually know until maybe like an hour or two before the race, because they could always interchange. They could always interchange based on whether you got people that are healthier or not. Melton, what I'm confused. What's what are you trying to say, or what's all these one worded comments for? I'm a little confused. If you have something to say, just share it. The men 800 is gonna be tomorrow. The final is gonna be tomorrow as well. Um, we got Anderson in that. What about yesterday? That's what I'm asking. We spoke about several stuff yesterday, several things yesterday. So you got to be specific, sir. Anderson is in lane 3, 143. So we have, hopefully he could get on the podium. We have a bunch of good times. That's everybody's season best is 142, 142. There's only two 143 in that race, and that's um lane 2 and lane 3 season best. So I mean, as I said, that's gonna be a good race to watch, because it's gonna be fast. That 800-meter finals for men. Um, I think the woman 5,000 finals is gonna be a good one to watch as well. Let me see the start list for that. I think you have keep. I think you have Fate in that one. Fate is in that, so that's definitely one to watch. Which I think she might try to go for a world record. Yeah. So I definitely want to watch that. If if I don't get tied up with other stuff, I'm definitely gonna be streaming tomorrow. Because I want to see these 4x1 heats and everything. It'll give us a indicator of where you know all the teams are at, how the baton passes are gonna look. So yeah, Jamaica better show up and show out tomorrow for the 4x1. Yeah, they will. I think US 4x1 will be Coleman, Lindsay, Kenny, and Lyles. Probably. But I don't think they don't have as much firepower as Jamaica do for the 4x1. Like, I think we have better quality athletes than they do. Like, we have more quality athletes, I should say. Yeah, definitely, because we got the top two in the 100, right? they have the bronze medal in the 100 and the fourth place in the 100, and we still have the bronze medal in the 200, which is a good turn runner, and we got Blake also, which is a good turn runner. So I think we'll be fine. I don't think there's anything for Jamaica to worry about as it relates to the 4x1. As I said, just get the baton around, and everything will be fine. US, they're gonna make it to the finals. I at least hope they do, because that I want them to be in the finals, which is gonna make it a lot more fun and interesting. So I don't want them to false start, drop the baton, or anything like that. I need them to be in the finals. I think Canada is also going to be in the finals. France, I think, might make it. Well, I got to look at that start list again. So I think it's 3 and then the 2 fastest times. So I think probably Jamaica, US, and Canada is going to make it through, and then France might make it through on time. From that heat, and then from the second heat, they're two teams. Great Britain probably come out of that heat, and 2 more. So I think probably you'll have three. Oh, Japan is in it as well. So Japan, Great Britain, South Africa. Ghana is in it too. Let's see what they do. So it's just a matter of having a really good feel in the finals. I as I said, I hope US make it through. I want them to make it through, because that's gonna make the finals way more interesting and fun to watch. For some reason, they always tend to either run out the box, drop the baton, or something like that. Hopefully that doesn't happen to any of the teams. I hope they're able to actually finish the race. Even if they don't make it to the finals, they finish with like a PR or something. So yeah, that's what I'm hoping for. But yeah, tomorrow it's gonna be fun to see what they actually do in these relays. The men 4x4 is also running tomorrow, the heats. I think Jamaica, it's 2 heats. Jamaica's in the second one in lane 2, and for the females, Jamaica is in, I think, the first heat, lane 2. So it's kind of the same. I think Poland, the heat that Jamaica is in, is it? Poland is a solid team as well. So let's see what what happens. Let's see what happens. But I think tomorrow is going to be a fun day, real fun day, and I think all the event starts a little earlier. Like they start around 6:30, stretching through 9:30. So that's going to be a good 2.5 hours or 2 or 25 minutes, somewhere there. So that's not so bad. Hopefully you guys are able to watch everything. Men's 800 meters should be interesting too. Yeah, definitely. I think that's going to be one to watch. We could see 1:40. Could see that. Again, anything is possible in these finals. Like you can never count any athletes out, or think that they're not going to run a certain time or whatever. But yeah. Yeah, Lyles did his thing. Did a great job. Won the 200. Congrats to him on that. he was himself. He wasn't extremely hyped before the race or anything. He just did his, his little thing. He didn't do too much like he did the last time. But 1952. That's 1,000 of a second slower than he ran yesterday. So it's not like he improved on anything. When you look at the field, there's only one athlete out there that actually improved on what they did, and that's Levell. So, in the grand scheme of things, he is a winner because he got bronze and he got a PR. So, I mean, to me, there's nothing to be sad about as it relates to him. It's just straight upside from here. And, I hope he takes this as motivation to keep pushing forward. Because that's some good achievement for one season. That's really good. So yeah, if I let me see 6:45. If I do live stream tomorrow, it's gonna be probably around start around 6:30. I don't think I'm gonna do any earlier than that because it's gonna be the javelin and the high jump, and that's for heptathlon and decathlon. You're not gonna the four by four men heat starts at 6:35. So there won't be much. There won't be anything before that. That's gonna be the first track event. So I mean, probably I'll start around that time. Congrats to Lyles. Yes, definitely. Congrats to Lyles. Probably start around that time and then just we'll just work through the rest of the events, kind of navigate our way, see what each team does, and then we just go from there. I think today was a good day for them. They a lot of them did what was expected of them by a lot of people. Some people may have been disappointed by some of the athletes' performance, but I'm okay with the results. As I said, congrats to Lyles, congrats to Benerick, right? So, I also congrats to Levell, first bronze medal. So, it's just it's good to be able to watch these races and actually, try to predict some of them. Sometimes we get it spot on, sometimes we don't. This is one of the cases where we didn't get it spot on, where I didn't get it spot on, but nonetheless, it's okay. I enjoyed having you guys here. That's one of the key things. That's what keeps me going. It says, love the US, want to get back in the 200 since Jamaica, 1-2 in the 100. Okay. As I said, that's not a bad thing. It's all about who delivers on the day, and they stepped up and put their best foot forward. So that's cool. That's cool. I did enjoy the race. Would I enjoy it a little bit more if Levell won? Yes, but nonetheless, I'm not disappointed in any way. So yeah. Again, I appreciate having you guys here. It was fun chatting. I like the fact that you guys are actively in the comment section all the time, sharing your thoughts and opinions. They're always welcome, regardless of who you're supporting. It doesn't matter. It's all love. So, all, fun and everything here. Keep the discussions flowing, keep the chat rolling, so that's pretty much what this channel is all about. Bringing some awareness to the sport of track and field, because I really think it doesn't get enough. So yeah, but thanks for joining, guys, and I think I'm gonna cut it off here. I should be streaming again tomorrow and the final day, which is on Saturday. Today is Friday. Yeah, so I will be streaming on Saturday. So you guys just look out for that. I'll definitely post the link before, so you guys could definitely see it. And for those who are, yeah, appreciate it, Lambert, and you too. For those who are regulars, you know exactly where to find me. Nothing changes. We're gonna keep doing this. So until tomorrow, guys, it's your boy Ryan here with East Coast Athletics. I'm gonna be signing out. Peace.